And I'm Kayla, and together we are
Country Crossroads Dance. All right, so today we're going to talk to you about our first video in our country swing track for beginners. And this is an amazing dance. It's been going all over the country and all of the bars, and we really want to bring it here to Vegas. So today we're going to make our first video on the basics. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay. So we are going to continue on with the lesson, and we are going to go over footwork first, and we're going to show you the follower and the leader footwork, and then from there we're going to go into the pattern and connection. So Kayla's going to show the follower footwork first.
So followers, we're starting with our weight on our left foot. My right foot is free to move. This, in the normal basic patterns in this, when we step on our right foot, we're turning to our right. If we step on our left foot, we're turning to our left. That is a natural turn in dance, and it's the easier one. So as we do this basic step, I'm gonna start stepping forward on my right foot. I'm gonna do a half turn to my right, over my right shoulder. Now I'm gonna rock back on my left, rock, step. Now my left foot is free. Now I'm going the other way. Left foot's coming forward, so I'm turning to my left, over my left shoulder, to rock on my right, left. So that's going to be right, left, right, left, right, left. From another angle, we're doing it starting left foot's down, right foot's free, right foot steps, right turn, rock, step, left foot's free, left turn, rock, step.
And now, and so it's basically the same concept for the leaders. The only difference is we're starting with our left foot. So your weight starts on your right, your left foot is free, and you're stepping left, turn, right, left, step with your right. Now you shifted your weight, turn, stepping with your left, right, and then stepping with your left. And you notice that each time we're doing this, we're rocking.
And from the other angle.
And from the other angle, going back. So we're starting with our left. We're like step left, step right, left.
Step, rock, step, step, rock, step.
Yeah, like such. And this is something that you can practice at home. You don't need a partner for. So if you want to get this basic step down, this is the essential for all of country swing, but this is basically how we go. So
then we come together and we hold hands. Brad's left hand and my right hand, in fact.
And as usual with all the other dances, if you've seen our West Coast swing track or this, the hand holds are pretty much the same. I kind of use these two center fingers here and hold it like a tray.
And then I'm going to give a little extra pressure, but all my fingers are in his hand. But I give a little extra pressure with that third and fourth finger, the middle and ring finger.
And what most importantly, these little digits here, our thumbs, are not used in this dance.
So when you look at our handhold, my thumb's over here, Brad's thumb's over there.
Think of it like I'm doing this most of the time. I'm like, hey, like Fonzie. Is that dated? I don't know if they'll
Brad
get that.
Brad just told you how old he is.
Everyone knows who Fonzie is, whatever. All right.
I think you're wrong nowadays.
This is also called a pistol grip because I'm also sort of creating this look with my finger, so like a pistol, right? Because this finger is going down the side of our hand, and this is very important because you don't want your fingers to get trapped up in connection and moves and turns. Okay.
So now when we talk about connection, this is this kind of springy idea, this idea in country swing where we're kind of coming away from each other, then we come together. We move away from each other and we come together. This whole dance is like coming together and going apart, coming together and going apart. And to do that, we have to have a little bit of tension in our hands. We can't be totally loose, because then if my frame's doing nothing, I'm not going to respond to him. So I have a little bit of tension in my lat muscles here, and my hands have to kind of make a little hook. Otherwise, I'm going to just like slip away.
Right. And also it makes us feel secure. It makes them feel secure. But my arm here, if you notice, I generally work from a 90 to a 45 degree. I do not go out further than that because that lets my connection go, and it's going to send your follow way too far away.
And it gets us off balance usually, because then
Yeah.
we're head weighted back, and I'm like, how do I get my feet underneath me?
Right. So it's very important to stay fairly close. This is a couples dance, by the way, so you do kind of want to not be too far away, right? But also when we generate that connection, it play around with this, get a partner and do this kind of motion and kind of figure out, and you'll see what I mean when you do it right.
If you don't have a partner, grab like a rubber band and stick it in a door. Brad's going to be my door. Ignore Brad
That's
right
all
now.
I am,
Brad's
is
a door. So this will give me that same feeling of like, oh, it's going to stretch away and then it's going to pull me towards him. This is the kind of stretch feel that we're looking for in this dance.
Right. Very good. So we're going to sell rubber bands on our site.
Rubber bands coming to you.
With our logo on it. Okay, so that is basic footwork connection. So now we're going to go over the first move. This first move is what we call behind the back, or Michael Phelps, it's known as that. But basically, we're going to go, and leaders, you need to raise your right hand, because if you don't do this move and you keep your hand down, you're going to
clothesline your partner. I don't want
partner.
that. Your follower doesn't want that either.
This isn't WWF. We're not.
I mean, unless you're like really trying to get her to, I guess, duck.
Like,
that could be cool too, I suppose. But don't do that to begin with.
Right. That's an advanced move. All right. So basically, we're going to take the step forward.
So this is just like we did on our own. We're taking that first step. Followers, you're going to start turning.
Leaders, you're going to raise your right hand. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to move it to your waist here. Now, at the same time as I'm doing this, as I'm stepping, I'm also rotating, right? So this is putting her hand here. I got my arm up. And
followers, as we're continuing to rotate, I'm going to keep my hand sliding across Brad's back because he's going to find it.
And the only way I know where to pick it up is I need to know where her hand is, and I can't know that if she doesn't do that. So she needs to trail the back.
And now we're fully rotated. We're going to rock, step.
Right? So that's the first half of the basic pattern. So we'll do it again from this angle. So we're going boom, forward, to the waist, behind the back.
Rock, step.
Yeah. Okay. So one more time. To the waist.
Rock, step.
Okay, so the next move is what we call a right side pass. This makes up the second half of our basic.
So for the second half, your opposite leg is free now, right? We rock. For followers, I did rock, step, left, right. So now my left foot is free to come forward on.
Right, and my right. And you notice that if you're on the right foot, it's always going to be the same side for both partners. So if it's this way, it's going to be on this one. And if it's this side, it's going to be this one. So if you ever notice that your opposite foot is not the same on the same side, you're wrong. One of you is wrong, okay? So in this particular one, leaders, as we step, you're going to raise your arms straight up and you're going to rotate it till it looks like you're reading your watch, okay? Then you're going to step to the side because you got to open up the track to get her to come by you. In this moment, it's generating a window.
Followers, you're keeping the 90-degree elbow bend. Don't let him pull you super high up.
Right.
Try to let him know where you want to stop. Ideally, leaders, you're stopping around her forehead, hairline area.
Yes.
Don't bring it up over our heads.
Yeah, it hurts their shoulders, but we only need to clear the top of their head. That's it. We don't need to go any higher, right? And as they come through, they're going to turn to your right, and then we're going to
I'm turning to my left.
Or to your left, sorry.
Followers, you are on your left foot, so you are turning left. Leaders are on their right foot, turning to their right.
Right, and you notice that our weight is on the same side at this point. We both have our foots here, and then we're going to rock, step. Okay, so the way that what that looks like all together. Okay, I'm going to do
Michael Phelps. Turn, rock, step. We're stepping forward for our turn, rock, step. Forward, rock, step. Forward, rock, step. You can see that we're kind of changing angles now, right? We're now sort of back to front with the camera. That's kind of normal in this dance. We start seeing it kind of like an asterisk where you're getting like...
It's a star pattern. Yeah, so it goes in a star pattern around the floor, and that is exactly what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so just to recap our basic, so boom, doing behind the back, trailing, boom, boom, boom. It helps if you make sound effects.
So we get that away, together, away, together, away, together, away.
And if you notice my arm, it's not coming out that far. We're not doing it out here, because it's the moment that you release your shoulder like this, that's where you're going to hurt yourself. And we don't want to hurt each other. All right, so that is our basic pattern, footwork, and timing for the basic move for country swing. And we have a lot more videos coming soon. So please make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Country Crossroads Dance. We have videos.